A little bit of breaking news right before we came on the air. Former Capitol Police Officer Michael Riley found guilty now on one count of obstruction for deleting messages he sent to a January 6th rioter. The jury was apparently not able to get to a verdict on the other count against Riley, even though they've been deliberating since Tuesday. It is by far, right, the longest we've seen any jury deliberate on a January 6th related trial yet. NBC News Justice reporter Ryan Riley has been following it for us. Bring us up to speed, Ryan.
That's right. So there's that phrase, it's not the crime, it's the cover-up. And the cover-up is essentially what jurors convicted Michael Riley on in this case for deleting those messages that he sent after he knew that the FBI had talked with Jacob Hiles, this January 6th rioter, who he had advised to take down some content on Facebook that admitted that he was inside the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Now, the other count they were very close on. They were actually 11-1. One of the jurors told our colleague Daniel Barnes. And it was pretty clear, we saw yesterday when the jury actually came out for the day. One juror sort of came out ahead of the pack and was sort of separated from the rest. Generally, these jurors seem to get along really well. This one juror seemed to be a little bit separate from that. So it was a very close call, and the government almost secured that guilty verdict on both counts. But ultimately, for sentencing purposes, I don't think this is going to make a ton of a difference, because if he had been sentenced on both charges, on both convictions, if he had been convicted, those terms would have been served concurrently. So ultimately, it may end up just being about the same outcome for the Justice Department here, for the deleting of the messages afterwards. There's one message that Riley sent to this January 6th rioter, I think, that I think explains what he was getting at here when he messaged this rioter. He said, "I'm a Capitol Police officer who agrees with your political stance. Take down the part about being in the building. They are currently investigating, and everyone who is in the building is going to be charged. Just looking out." So when he was on the stand, Michael Riley had a little bit of trouble explaining exactly what he was trying to accomplish with that message, and insisting he did send messages that indicated that he did want to actually hold people accountable who had assaulted law enforcement officers or were broken into the Capitol, but had a little bit of trouble explaining exactly what message he was trying to get across, and didn't want to admit fully that what seems clear by that message is that they was hoping to help this individual who he thought had just entered the Capitol to avoid any charges in that case. Haley?